Yo,
Yo, what's up, Arcana?
what's good, Diaphone? How you doing, man?
Hey, doing well yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing well myself. I'm doing well myself, man. It's been far too long. It's been far too long since we spoke. So like,
For sure, man. So,
what's
what you
it?
got in mind?
Oh, okay. I was just gonna ask you like a whole bunch of like stuff about like FGC and things like that. Okay. So like, basically, my first question is, like, how did you discover the fighting game community?
Oh shit! Oh, we're diving right into it. All right, I'm down. So I've always liked playing games. Like I've played like Street Fighter. Like Street Fighter Alpha was like the first one of the first video games I actually had for the PlayStation, right? And I was like a 5-year-old kid at that point. I was like, oh, this looks really fun. So I've always like played them casually, and play against the computer, and I've always really enjoyed that. But I didn't realize like people actually play these things competitively until like 2011, 2012. And yeah, it's no, actually I know the exact year, 2010. And my roommate, my sophomore year of college, showed me Evo Moment 37, of course.
Oh yeah,
as one of
Daigo
the
Perry.
examples. Like, yeah, like people actually play this competitively. I'm like, holy crap! Like it didn't sink in like at that time, but then I'm like, wait, I can actually play this with people and get better and stuff. So, yeah, my roommate from college showed me on, and I was kind of hooked since.
Okay. So another question I have for you is, if you were giving any advice to any fighting game player when first starting out, what would it be?
I mean, it's like assuming they're trying to get better. Probably just to be consistent, right? I mean, it's the same thing with like acquiring any skill, like going to the gym. What's the best advice you can give to someone going to the gym? Is making sure they go pretty frequently, right? So I think it's same thing with fighting games. Like if you want to get good at fighting games, don't just like play a shit ton for a week and then be like, man, this isn't for me. Like understand it's a road, it's a journey, and as long as you put continual effort into it, you'll get better just like any skill.
Okay. And another question I have for you. I'm sorry I keep saying it, but like it's just so many questions I have. Like it's so many questions I have, and I want the masses to like get like a more detailed analysis on. But like, what is your go-to strategy when learning a new game?
So what do you mean by go-to strategy?
So like,
Like
how
what I
would
would
you,
do personally?
how would you learn a new game as a person first coming into the fighting game community? What are your go-to things? Like, what are the things that you do? How would you learn a fighting game for the first time?
Yeah, so I think like let's say Street Fighter 7 comes out, what do I do? Like that's kind of the question. Like for me personally, what would I do?
Yeah.
Okay, so like let's say Project L or Tekken 8 comes out or whatever, right? The first thing I think it's really important. I mean, it depends on like your skill level, right? For someone like me, I can pick up things pretty quickly because I've played so many fighting games. So my goal is just to like get the very basics of the system down, like fully understand things, and then just play. Because honestly, playing's like the most fun thing. So I want to go play and see how everything works out. See if I can like build the muscle memory of like my combos or like understand like decision making. But in order to do that, I have to actually play the game. So yeah, one of the first things, like I think especially like as like compared to like when the game drops compared to like a year later, I think it's way more important to get games in because your progress will be really really fast. But then like as time goes on, like you'll have that muscle memory built, you have this reaction built, you have that decision tree built, and then you have to start branching into like other forms of improvement. But I think yeah, just
No. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Actually, on the first, yo.
bro. Over a year it goes out. It's not even like fucking store or anything.
Oh my god.
I was thinking about booting up the stream today, and I'm like, nah, I got too much work to catch up on shit. I guess that's a good thing I didn't.
Jesus
Why
Christ.
the fuck the fuck? What? Dude, it's like perfectly clear out. It's not even that hot.
Oh
Wow,
my
that's
God.
bizarre. But you cool if we do the interview like this?
Yeah, sure, it's fine. I don't mind.
Okay, sick. Oh wait, the power just went back on.
Let's go.
No, fuck, it went back off.
God damn it.
Let's just do it on my phone.
Okay, it's fine.
But yeah, I think what was the last question again? Just I'll TLDR it.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, how would you as a fighting game player learn a new fighting game?
Yeah. So I think the important thing is to get the basics down. So like, to me, the basics are understanding the system, how like meter usage works, how blocking works, how movement works, that sort of thing. That's like the key. So like, first thing I'll do is like go into training mode and kind of understand that stuff. For me, it doesn't take that long, but others it might take longer. And then, you know, understand, like, learn a basic combo, learn like what to do after that combo, and then I go online and like just play matches, because I think that's like the most important thing you can do when the game's new, is just keep learning matches and then understanding in that match what you're missing, and then you go back to training mode and just keep iterating that cycle.
Okay, so like, what advice would you give to a player starting out but like having trouble settling into a fighting game?
What do you mean by settling in?
By like, you know, like they have trouble with a certain matchup or a certain mechanic or stuff like that. Like their mentality
I
is
think it's
sort
very
of
important to define that whole settling in thing, right? Because if you're having trouble with mechanic versus trouble with a particular matchup, you need to approach those different, right?
Yeah.
So if you're having trouble with a matchup, I mean, you need to learn the matchup, and you can do that a couple different ways. One, you can actually just play that character and start to understand their weaknesses, or you can start labbing out interactions based on, you know, your matches with those characters. And then like a certain mechanic, yeah, like let's say drive rush in Street Fighter 6. I mean, you have to use it yourself, understand the strengths and weaknesses, but also, you know, lab out counterplay. So yeah, I guess my best advice would be use it yourself, but also look back at your matches and figure out what you're having trouble with very precisely.
Okay, so like one more thing about that question, a little add-on question to that is when you look at your own matches, what do you want to see? What do you want to look at in particular?
There's so many things. I guess, like, as someone that's watched a lot of matches, if I'm watching like someone else's replays, like I'm just looking for things that kind of stand out, right? Like I'm looking for like, this seemed like a weird decision, or like if I'm looking at someone else's replays and I'd be like, I would have done this there, he did something else. Why do we different opinions, right? Maybe they're right and maybe I'm right. But if I'm looking at my own replays, like that sort of conflict doesn't exist as much. So it's about like looking at fine-tooth comb and being like, what, like, let's say something doesn't work out, what should I have done here? Or I did this, it worked out, but could I have done something better? So you can literally, I mean, the way I see it, like you could look at a replay for like 30 minutes and kind of like even just one game and draw out as much as you can. But to me, I like focusing on like what actually made a big difference, what made the most impact, kind of focusing on those situations and seeing what I could have done better.
Okay. So like when you're looking at replays, how often and how much you film study, and how much often that people should film study?
Well, so to me, it's like I do it in a ratio that I think is optimal. So those two percentages will be the same. I think if you're a newer player, like you won't get as much out of it. So like I think if you're like brand new, like you honestly don't have to look at your replays until like you know you get your muscle memory down, you have practice with the game, that sort of thing. Because like you can look at your replays and you might not like fully understand what you're looking at. Unless you have that like base level understanding. But I think once you get to like a certain point where you're above an intermediate level, then I don't know, maybe like 5 to 10% of your time should be looking at your own replays. Not that much, but it's important to do self-reflection, and especially like for tournament runs and that sort of thing.
Mhm. So like, would you like do like there are like obviously you stream, so like like will there be times that like you say like, hey, I want to go viral review on stream and maybe lab out a certain situation. Like, do you think that like mentality can like rub off on somebody else, especially you being a more accomplished fighting game streamer?
Sure. I'm not quite sure what the question is. Yeah, I mean, I think
So like
people
basically more or less.
so-
So basically more or less, I'm asking is like you think like watching your own replays and doing better habitual stuff on stream can like it can rub off on other people. Do you think you have that much of a pull to at least one person to
No,
do something
I think
like
it's more of like people kind of incorporate things subconsciously from others, right? So
Mhm.
it's not like I doubt there's that many people being like, oh, Diaphone did this, I must do this. This is gospel, right? I mean,
No.
I really don't think that happens. I think it's more of people that are on Twitch or watching YouTube. They don't just watch one person; they watch a bunch of people, and they kind of figure out what they like, what they don't like. And I think subconsciously they may pick up some things, but yeah, again, I think it depends on the type of person. It depends on what they're looking to do, what their goals are. There's many different factors, but yeah, sure, I'm sure it trends in that direction slightly, if that's what you're asking.
Okay. So like, what are your favorite games? Top 5 favorite games you played in the fighting game. Top 5 favorite fighting games. I mean, yeah.
Fighting is I don't know. Let me think. BB Tag, probably. I really like that game. Just the creative expression. Ultimate Marvel.
Mhm.
You kind of see where this is going.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 4.
Mhm.
Street Fighter 6 is up there too, and I'd say probably Guilty Gear, Strive,
Mhm.
and then Grand Blue would be like a maybe 6.
Okay, because I like for people from a lot of different people's perspective. Like I personally found you through Grand Blue because I loved your Grand Blue like videos and stuff like that, and and expression of your characters that you've played, and it's just like dang man, like it's just dang, it gets really like inspiring, like it gets inspiring like seeing people do really well in a game like Grand Blue. Because I remember I had the lab against like Fairy, because back when Fairy had like really dumb normals that can like I had to like lab like I got my footsies up by playing that game actually. Because like I'm
I
more
think
of
a
a,
lot of people do.
yeah, because I'm more of an anime guy. I love anime games, and like anime games, you don't really have that many. You get air dash, you do all this stuff. You barely have like a footsies interaction, more or less. But Grand Blue kind of like helped me like shake that up a little bit more. So like, if anything, what are your top drills that you like to do if you do any?
Like we mean by drill, can you just define that?
Like training mode drills, like you go into training mode and like you do like for example like 5 air dashes, like people who's trying to learn how to do 5 air dashes back, 5 air dashes forward, stuff like that.
So I don't do that many drills, honestly. I think they are valuable, and I think if I was like a true like full-time gamer, I would be doing them a lot more, especially like trying to train reactions, because I think that's very important. And that's probably like the most efficient way to do it is just set your dummy to random and put them on like 6 different options and try to get that percent up. But at the same time, like there's so many things like that you can practice and match that I like to focus my efforts on that. Most of the time I use training mode for is like coming up with new tech, or if I'm having like difficulty executing something, then I'll practice that combo or practice that situation. But yeah, I'd say I don't like specifically do drills, like, but I try to it's more of like certain situations as needed, so to speak.
Okay, so like so basically you use training mode like an as needed type thing as opposed to like a drill or like to do things. Okay.
I think they're pretty valuable, especially if you're someone that likes structure and improvement, right? To me, it's like I don't quite like that structure. I've noticed. I think I improve faster without it, just because like that's how my personality is. But at the same time, like especially if you're like a intermediate or beginner player and you don't quite have that experience to pull everything out of a match that you need to, then I think like doing certain types of drills is really valuable. Or especially if you're that kind of personality that likes doing drills. I know a lot of people are like that. Then yeah, I think especially like execution drills to make sure you get your combos down or make sure you get your setups down are like some of the most valuable things you can do.
Okay. One question I have for you, another one is I have for you is, what is your stance on majors? Like, how do you feel about majors, going to majors, the experience of majors, etc.?
It's a really broad question. I'm not gonna lie. So I'll give you a really broad answer.
Okay.
They're cool. I think the first major I went to was like NEC 2012 or something. I kind of fell in love with it. I really love the atmosphere. I love the ability to just be with so many like-minded people that enjoy the game. At the same time, like certain majors are not made equal.
Yeah.
So there's some majors where you're waiting around 5 hours for your pool. There's some majors that, there's tons of casual subs and everything's perfect and, it doesn't smell like BO. So, yeah, it depends. It honestly depends. It's kind of a mixed bag, but yeah, there's like a few like combo breaker, CEO that like have always been really good and I've never had a problem with. So I try to just stick to those.
Okay. Any majors you will be going to or attending this year that people want to know about, so people want to meet you?
Evo. I don't know anything else besides Evo. Because I want to follow like CPT or maybe like our World Tour if it comes down to that. But other than that, yeah, I don't really know. So
yeah, CPT starts at Evo.
Yeah, my wife just woke up. Yeah, I know, babe. Look at that. Yeah, I know the power went out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't control it. I'm on call. Just a friend. We're doing like an interview, so no, you're good. You're good.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Just tell her the last thing.
She just woke up, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Why do you know why the power went out, babe? It's not even like raining out. All right, what's up?
Okay, so tell us that she's fine. She's fine. It's all right. But like, yeah, I said CPT starts at Evo, so you're gonna obviously like do your best at Evo. No question. So like, do you have any expectations of yourself going into Evo?
I want to do the best I can. So like that's the thing about Evo is like it's gonna be like a 10,000 plus person tournament, right?
Yeah.
So who knows what the hell will happen? Like of course I want to win. Of course I want to get top 6. I think most top level players do. But I mean realistically, at the end of the day, you can only control yourself. And my goal is just to play the best I can and do the best training I can up to Evo.
Okay. Will we be seeing you in the Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising?
Oh hell yeah! I'm so looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm not even under Guilty Gear. I'm just doing the Street Fighter 6 and Grand Blue versus Rising. So. Oh shit! I forgot. Don't remind me, Dave. I blocked out of my memory that we're flying Spirit.
And
my wife's coming with me too. So.
And like, are you looking forward to the beta next month? Because the beta is gonna be really sick. I'm personally looking forward to it.
Hell yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I won't take time off for it or anything, but yeah. I'll be definitely streaming that for a long time. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. That beta is gonna be Hilarious. Do you have any characters you were thinking about playing? If you know about since the characters are actually like sort of revealed, any new characters you want to play besides Zoe?
Oh, I want to try all the new. That's the thing. Like, I'll probably test out Zoe, but most of my time, if they have like all the new characters in, I'll just be playing them. I don't really like care about Grand Blue lore. I don't even care about the characters that much. Like, I just want to like see the new play styles. That's kind of how I am. So I don't know who I'll actually play, but I'm gonna test all the new characters out.
Okay, yeah, me too. Cause like me personally, I love Zeta. Zeta's cool. Like she's really sick and stuff like that. But like, I really want to try some other like different like characters myself. I want to see how the new characters play. I played a little bit of Grand Blue recently, but like when I used to play when the game came, I used to play a lot of Zeta. I played a little bit of Normaya, but I feel like Normaya's a little bit on the weaker side compared to Zeta. But yeah, this is my personal opinion.
Nah, I feel you for sure. So yeah, I mean, and who knows what this will change up? It's gonna change up a lot. So.
Yeah, they're adding a whole bunch of new
Zeta
mechanics.
might be like top tier or something. You'll have to go back.
Yeah, I will go back. I mean, Grand Blue was actually like the best experience I've had in a fighting game in like a long time. Like since like CF and like all the other BlazBlue games I played before. Because BlazBlue is my favorite video game series, my favorite fighting game series of all time. For a lot of people who know, a lot of people who don't know me, it's just like I love BlazBlue. I can tell you the BlazBlue lore front to back, back to front, and I can tell you what every character does and what every character will do and stuff like that. And their game plans. It's just that's how much I love that series because that series just really sick to me. It really stood out to me. So like, what is your favorite series lore wise?
Lore wise?
Yes.
I don't think I'm not gonna lie. I don't know lore of any fighting game. I really don't like care.
Oh my god! Like, hey man, sometimes you gotta look into the lore. I feel like the lore.
Like I can't even like make a like. I'm trying to think of like a story I actually know, and I really can't think of anything. Yeah. Every story mode I've played through has been okay. Grand Blue would have been cool. I really like Grand Blue's story, but I bought the Japanese copy.
Oh, I did too. I did too. You're not the only one.
I feel like I would have enjoyed that a lot, but I didn't get the chance. So yeah. I'm not a lore person.
Okay. So like, I've got a few more questions for you. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but what is your favorite things to do, or what are your favorite games to play outside of fighting games?
I pretty much only play RPGs, so...
Favorite RPG series, go.
I don't play that much. Honestly, I don't play that many games outside of fighting games, but... Let's see, this year, I played through a game called Chain Echoes. It's a...
I love that.
Kind of like 16-bit RPG.
Yeah.
It's super cool. Definitely would recommend that. Other than that, the fact that I can't think of any other game that I've played this year besides fighting games is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had to play through something though. It's just not coming to mind. I've played through a couple other recent games I've played through is Vampire Survivors.
That's a great game.
It's like I don't even know how you like classify that game. Kind of like a roguelite, beat 'em up sort of game, but that game was really, really cool. I enjoyed that a lot. Mm-hmm. And I tried a couple knockoffs of it. None of them really hit the spot like that game did. And no, it's mostly fighting games, man. Mostly fighting games.
What's your favorite RPG series?
Has to be Final Fantasy. It's just too consistent. Yeah. It's just too good.
Have you played 16 yet?
The only thing that would come close is Tales series.
Oh, you're a Tales man too? I love you.
Yeah, I'm a huge Tales fan. Yeah.
Let's go.
But so between one of them, those are like the big things. I almost have to say Tales because like when Tales of Arise came out, I'm like I'm playing this day one, and then Final Fantasy 16 came out, and I've still have managed to not play it. So
same.
That or just I guess 6 is that good, you know?
Yeah. What is your favorite Tales game, actually? We're getting into the nitty gritty. Now, what's your favorite Tales game? What's your first Tales game and your favorite Tales game?
First was Symphonia.
Me too. Yeah, same.
The best
Yes, I love Symphonia so much.
stuff.
My friends.
What's not the best?
Yeah, my friends in summer camp when they gave me like a Wii and Symphonia, and I went home and played it, and I was like, yo, this game is actually great. I love it.
Yeah, Symphonia is really good.
And then I realized that Lloyd's voiced by Robin from Teen Titans. I was like, yo, that's Robin from Teen Titans. I know I'm not going crazy here. Yeah, I was just like, jeez. Okay, so probably my last question, because we're running on 30 minutes, but let's see, what like your journey as a fighting game player, you are pretty established as a fighting game player, wouldn't you say so?
Sure.
Okay, so share with the people your journey and things, and for aspiring players, what would you change about your journey, so like, you know, for aspiring players to be like, hey, maybe I can do what Diaphone did, and maybe I can get to the same spot.
Yeah, so okay. I already know what I would change, and it would be to start earlier. I wish I started like knew of like the competitive scene existed, like even before Street Fighter 4 dropped. I think that'd been really cool. Like even if I was just like playing online, like playing GGPO or something back in the good old days, that'd been really sick.
Yeah.
But obviously, yeah, can't change that. Whatever. I guess I would say I also like never really had like a serious focus on playing games until 2020. I think 2020. What year did Grand Blue come out?
2020. February 2020.
No. Oh yeah, because it came out right before COVID.
Right, right before the world shut down. Yeah.
Yeah, dang, that's already 3 years ago. Holy shit. I'm starting to feel old now.
Me too.
Yeah, 2019 is like the first time I'm up with serious focus in the fighting games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I just finished like all my RL shit I was getting together, and then I did that. But I mean, before then I think I started trying to play competitively in 2011. And by competitively, I mean like I joined my local scene, right?
Yeah.
So I wasn't like amazing or anything. I played Street Fighter and Marvel, and I was good at Marvel because like I think it was just a newer game, and like people weren't used to it compared to Street Fighter. Like at that point, people have been playing like 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would get cooked in Street Fighter, but like I'd do decent at Marvel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't join my first tournament till the next year, I think 2012,
Mm-hmm.
and I did like better than I thought. And then I think I went to my first major December of 2012, and I actually did quite well.
Did you say 2012?
What's up?
Did you say 2012?
Yeah, 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, you all know that year. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, so 2012, and it was yeah, I got out of pools in Marvel, which is really cool. I was like my first major, I got out of pools. I kind of got a little lucky, I'm not gonna lie, but hey, we got out of pools.
So we take those.
And yeah, and then I lost immediately right after. But
you take those though. At least you got out of
yeah,
pools.
we take those exactly. So like after that, like I kept going to like about a major or two a year, and I'd like get to a point where like I consistently get out of pools and just like drown right after, right?
Yeah.
And I'd say like that didn't really change. Like I'd play every game. I was kind of the person like after like a few years, like I'd go like usually like the Big E events because I lived pretty close to them.
Yeah.
And I did like five games at once, right? Like I did like KOF, Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, like Marvel, I don't know, something else, whatever was out at the time. I just like I try to be like the best in my local in every game, which like was really enjoyable to me to do that because like it gave me something to shoot for because I couldn't travel that much to the work.
Yeah.
And I kind of just kept that up. I kept getting better because I kept playing, and then I took a long break, and I think right after Street Fighter 5, like season 2, Street Fighter 5 came out, and I'm like, this game's not for me.
Yeah.
Like
same.
I kind of burned out on it because I really didn't enjoy the game. I couldn't play it online because online's kind of trash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I took a pretty long break. Like I didn't really play much. I barely traveled, and I focused like more on my IRL shit. And
Mhm.
then I think 2019 came around, and I think it was right around the time Smash Ultimate came out, and
Yeah,
I was like, I'm gonna become the best at Smash Ultimate, and then I realized like
that game
people have
made.
been basically playing these people have been basically playing the same game
Uh-huh.
for like 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
I'd never even touched the Wii U version, so yeah, I gave up on that pretty quick. And then BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle was like the game that I'm like, this is really cool, and so I decided to focus my efforts on that. And it turns out like playing what you like is a lot more beneficial. I would say like a lot more enjoyable, and I did better. And because like I was so like my RL shit was in order, and like I knew how to get better. I had the previous experience with fighting games that I was able to do pretty well after that. So yeah, Blaze Blue, then Grand Blue, then Guilty Gear, now Street Fighter 6.
Okay, one last question before I let you go. For a newer player, how do you handle? How would a newer player like handle a loss, and how to like get over those losses and turn them into W's, in your opinion?
You got to channel the energy correctly, right? So some people, I've never been a rager, so I can't like say how do you prevent punching a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
I'm not the person to ask for that, right?
Mhm.
My wife's been to me with a few majors. And I don't know if you remember this one, but there was my wife said, "Tell you about the poop in the stairway."
Oh my god!
Yeah, someone took a dump in the stairwell. That shit was too funny.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we don't know why they took a poop in the stairwell.
Oh my god!
Maybe they took a dump in the stairwell because they're mad. You know about that one tournament someone pooped in a pool, right?
Oh my god!
Yeah. So like let's put it this way. I've never been so mad at a fighting game that I've had to poop in the pool to get my revenge. So I'm probably not the best qualified for that, but to me it's like, yeah, disappointment. What? What's that? That had nothing to do with a loss. That had nothing to do with anything like that. That's a good story. It's actually pretty funny. I'm not gonna say who this was.
Yeah, don't say.
Actually, I'm not even gonna talk about it. But I basically I spat water all over some player on accident because it made me laugh so hard I spit out all my water. It was like right when I first started joining tournaments, and they're actually a pretty well-known player. So
Okay.
I don't think they know it's me. But that's my FGC sin. It's not because I lost though. I was just something was funny, and I don't know. I was immature, young.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. What was the question? So the question was,
how would you handle a loss?
So, yeah. So TLDR is like I'm not a rager, right? I never raid. Like to me, it's counterproductive to winning. I mean, like your goal is to eventually get better and improve and be the best you can, right? So to me, like I don't know, like I'll get salty, but I can't, like I'm not violent. Like I don't know, I can't. It's like to me that none of that stuff like seems natural to me. So I can't like say here's how you prevent that because I don't know, right? But yeah, I mean there always be solved. But to me, it's like you want to channel that energy, right? You can channel that energy anywhere, but if you channel it towards improving, right? So maybe you're salty and you're like, oh, I can't believe I lost this. It's like, what can I do better? And so like if I have a tough loss, like I'll look back and I'll see what I could have done and use that energy for something productive as opposed to being salty or brooding or whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, like especially if you've been in the scene for a while, there's always gonna be another tournament. So like who cares if you lose this one? Just gotta keep moving on and get better for the next one.
Okay, final question. Who's your favorite fighting game player to watch, And who was your favorite fighter? Who will be the one fighting game player you want to get a set in or some games in with?
So my first answer would be Sonic Fox. I'm a huge Sonic Fox fan, and they were probably like one of the reasons I used to like. Probably one of the reasons I leveled up from fighting games was like just watching them and how much fun they have, and like how freeform it is that they play. Where it's like they don't play by the book at all. They play with a very human element, and that was kind of like a big realization for me. And I kind of emulated that. So, like, naturally, I would say, yeah, I want to play against Sonic Fox, but I have played against Sonic Fox, so I can't say that. So, I don't know. It's probably like someone from Japan. I think it'd be really cool to play against Daigo in Street Fighter.
How did I know you were gonna say Daigo? How did I know?
Like the hugest Daigo fanboy, like just to say I did that would be really cool.
Be like, yo, I just got a game against Daigo. Like, you got a game against who? Like Daigo. And I'm like, oh my god. It's crazy, but yeah, man. Thank you for doing this, man. Like, you know, like, shout yourself out. Give you, like, you know, people know you, but like, shout yourself out anyway, and tell the people who you are, and where to find you.
Yeah, so I'm on YouTube, Twitch, Discord, because we're on Discord. We have a Discord, but yeah, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, just at Diaphone or Diaphone_, depending on the I would say the platform. But yeah, come check me out. Working really hard on the YouTube this year, so really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Hope you guys can check that out.
For sure. Thanks for doing this, by the way, Diaphone. It was like I know I asked you at like the spur of the moment, but I feel like I had to work hard on my YouTube too, and I really wanted to do some more stuff.
Yeah, no problem. I feel like I still owe you for helping me with that tourney, so
of course,
I
man.
want to help and support you, so like you have to me, so appreciate it, man.
Of course, bro. Like, you know, that's what friends are for, man.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think you're gonna do? You gonna just like upload to YouTube, or what you have in mind?
Yeah, I'm gonna upload it to YouTube.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, let me know when you post it. I assume you'll probably like want to edit a little bit or something. So
probably, maybe I might post it uncut because it was kind of funny. So who knows? I'll see what I do.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's your footage. So
yeah, but yeah, man. Thanks for doing this. Thanks so much for doing this. And if you run another tourney or anything of the sort, I'll definitely be around. But I'm gonna be around your stream anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm always gonna be around. I'm around everybody. So like, yeah.
That's a little creepy. All right.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
I'm omnipotent. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm everywhere. I'm omnipotent. I am everywhere. I do watch a little bit of everybody on shit. Like, I'm like on Twitch. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop by here. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna stop by here, and I'm gonna watch this one. I don't mean it to sound creepy. I'm not a creep by any means.
No,
so, like, I know. It's just like, it's not kind of wild. Like,
yeah.
But
oh man, like, helping me through this power outage.
It's alright, bro. Like, you know,
that was salty. I'm so salty. So, anyways, hey, what the fuck, Brandon? All right, I'll take care, man.
All right, you too, man. Take it easy.
Peace. No, it's not Dante.